Hello, here's another video. This is just an observation and a little bit of personal news. I'll do the personal news first because it's less important than the observation, I think, in my estimation. I could be wrong, but the personal news is this. As you might know, I am a huge... the GameCube is one of my favorite consoles of all time, and even more so than my N64. But I have a lot of discs that are scratched to hell. So I basically just want to let you know that I dropped a decent amount of money purchasing off of Amazon through hook and crook. Less damaged versions of some games that I already have but can't play because they're scratched to hell. So I might be doing some reviews of GameCube games. The footage I will be using will be, of course, since I don't have a capture card that can do SD, standard def, it's going to be a little difficult for me to get footage, but I'll do my best. But regardless, let's see what happens. Starting with Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, so look forward to that. That's my cell phone telling me something. Talk dirty to me, baby, talk dirty to me. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. No, no. Breaking news after the cut. Okay then, I basically get a lot of news feeds from buyers and resellers for arcade machines. I also subscribe to Polygon and Kotaku, the Japanese version of the arcade website for arcade owners in Japan, because normally shit gets made in Japan first and then, if we're lucky, comes here. A lot of machines that I have in my business, I actually I had to import because it just getting it here was just taking too damn long. That does not have anything to do with what I'm about to tell you, though, except tangentially. As I said, I'm also very much like, I get a lot of stuff from Polygon. So they have an article here that says why the music on the Sega Genesis sounded so great. Okay, have you ever wondered why the music on the Sega Genesis sounded so distinct? That's true, it was distinct. This video breaks down the hardware behind the system, explains why these games sound the way they do, before letting you listen to some great examples of Genesis-era music. This was back in the days when hardware limitations led to these systems looking and sounding distinctive. This was an interesting time in gaming history, and it's completely over. There's more freedom now, but it's not like the Xbox One games have a flavor that sets them apart from the PlayStation 4 games. There are people out there who still insist that Genesis sounded terrible, but it's hard to argue with the magic developers were able to wrestle out of the machine, and retro gaming music is always a big draw. Anyway, listen and enjoy. I will leave a link in the description field. You can decide for yourself. I'm not saying that all of the games on the Sega Genesis sounded like shit. Aladdin sounded good, Little Mermaid sounded good, anything by Yuzo Koshiro sounded good. The guy who did the composing for the Shining Force games, he did other stuff on the Sega Genesis too, sounded good. But generally speaking, that sound chip sounded like someone was jabbing an ice pick into your ear. Specifically into your eardrums. Sometimes, like 65% of the time. So I find it amazing that someone would make an article like that, because I remember the Sega Genesis. I remember having the older model where you could put in headphones, and I had to, oh god, Jesus, don't get me started on that sound. Oh. I'm not saying all of them suck, I'm just saying that a lot of the developers making games for that system didn't know how to use that sound chip. At all. Period. So that's the end of this breaking news. We'll get on to my personal observation after the cut. Here's an observation that I've noticed about people. Some people are saying that this is about Splatoon. Some people are saying the single player is garbage. I disagree with that assessment wholeheartedly. Some people are saying that the game has it doesn't have enough modes, and I would say you're right, it doesn't have enough modes, but you also have to keep in mind that this is Nintendo's first third-person shooter since that they themselves developed since forever. So I mean, you know, this is the first time they've done it. So even though they have other examples, Nintendo always likes to do things in their own little twist, if you will. So, I mean, clearly they're not gonna have everything and do everything like everyone else does it, because Nintendo doesn't roll like that. And why would you expect or want them to? So now that I've said that, it's time. That was just my observation. Just, you know, keep in mind that Splatoon is getting more content. The game is becoming more complete. It's literally changing in our eyes. Kind of like how Mario Kart 8 changed from one game to another game as time went on. Smash Brothers changed from one game to another game as time went on. It's changing into something else, and that's very interesting and very cool to see. So, saying that, keep that in mind when you play Splatoon. And with that, get splatted. That's the end of this video. I'll leave a link in the description to our upcoming BS Busters this Saturday. You can click on it in order to bookmark the page or have it in your queue or whatever. So, or the watch later thing. It is this Saturday at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, aka 2 o'clock Pacific Time, because there's a 3-hour time difference. I don't know what that would be in Colorado time or Western or Central time. I have no idea. And I used to live in Colorado. I should know this shit. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock to 3. I don't know. But basically, that's what it's going to be. With that being said, that's the end of this video. Have a good day.